Welcome to Break Hard Orchard. Today, real quick, we're going to do a short tutorial on how to cut a PTO shaft to proper size. I just picked up this spreader over here, and it has a PTO shaft that comes with it that is very short. And I looked at it and thought, oh, no problem, it'll fit. I put the PTO shaft on the tractor, and I measured it, and it does not fit. And the way that you do that is you put each section onto the PTO shaft, the male and female, you put them together, but you don't put the shaft together. So you're going to take your PTO coupler and you're going to put it onto the PTO shaft on both sides. You're not going to join the pipe together. The reason for that, this one, it wouldn't even join, but it would join if I had it down. When you raise it up, you're going to do something terrible to your tractor or to your implement, or probably both. You want to line these up next to each other and mark them, either with preferably with some kind of a marker. Since it's plastic, I used my pocket knife and I just notched where it lines up. And you can see right here, I notched, it bottoms out when you just put the PTO shaft together and push it together, it bottoms out right here where my fingertip is. I notched on here where it comes to this little raised piece, and I did the same thing on this one here. And what I need to do is I need to cut it back so it's about a ½ inch shy of that. I'm probably going to take it back to 3/4 to an inch just to be careful. And I also want to push the implement over a little bit, just since gravity's got it sliding this way. I just want to make sure I'm right. I'm going to take these back off. I'm going to cut the housing back to about, I'm actually going to cut the housing back to about there, and I'm going to measure this, and then I'm going to take an equal amount of the PTO shaft off with a hacksaw. All right, now real quick, this is what it looks like when it's bottoming out. You'll read the instructions on how to measure, how to size it properly. Since right about here is where I had it marked for this spot right there, what I want to do is cut it back at least a ½ inch back from there. That one. So we're going to start with this one. The first thing we need to do is find out how far back how much am I taking off of the plastic housing, and it's 2 7/8 inches back. I'm going to mark it that far all the way around. 2 7/8. So now I want to take 2 7/8 inches off this PTO shaft itself. Well, that would have made it easier. So next time I know I can, for the other piece, I'll do it that way. I can take that off. About the same amount right there. Yep. That should be about perfect. Hold that down. Thank you. You never know, there's a new blade. Good God. Let's see here. A little freaked out. It's like, how did that happen? It's done. It's the wrong one. How did I do that?
I was like, oh, that looks like it was just
so easy. It was effortless. Yeah, that's the way.
Okay, we're happy.
We are happy.
Okay.
Boom.
Business.
That's one. That's one side. That's one side. No problem. 20 minutes of video to get one side done because I was mentally defeated by the plastic housing here. Now we're going to do side number 2. And since I figured out how that works, I'm going to demonstrate how to get this on this particular model. On some of them you got a little plug and a bunch of different things, but on this particular one, you pop this little lever down, open it up, spin this, and the PTO shaft comes out of the plastic housing. Set that to the side for a moment. I'm going to measure this. Where I have it marked to cut is 3 inches. So I'm going to take 3 inches off of this and 3 inches off that plastic tube. Take a piece of paper right here and wrap it tight around here, creating a cylinder with the paper around this cylinder, and that should give me a line to draw on. Make it easier than tracing around and marking every 3 inches. There we go. I cut it over here so most of the debris falls away and doesn't get any grease on the PTO shaft. Let me turn this. There we go. Now it's 3 inches off of there, so now I'm going to mark this and take 3 inches off of this. Can you hold that back in for me? Just hold that part. You got your grease on your hands if you hold that. All right. Take file, clean it up. Take some of this grease that's right here, stick it inside so that when I slide the other piece down inside there, it'll be nice and lubricated. Now that I've figured out the method for getting this back on here, at least it worked on one side. Let's see if it works on the other. Just slide the screwdriver down inside of it, give it a little turn, and it starts to turn. It's all the way over. Snap the little safety down in place and you're good to go. Put these back together. There we go. It's shorter now. We should have, when we put it together, it should come to right about there. Let's test that out. Here we are. There, it is properly engaged, and we are at the right distance. We got a full, almost an inch to work with there. From that point to that point, the inside metal pieces are cut the same. So where it bottoms out, if I were to release this, slide all the way in, we got plenty of PTO shaft engaged on each other, positive engagement, and a little bit of a safety right there. If I push this to, when these are even to each other, and I push this to the center, it doesn't bind up. So we should be fine. If you got any value out of that, even if it was just entertainment, watching me struggle, please hit the like button, go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell, come on back and check us out in some of our other videos here at Break Hard Orchard. We'll see y'all then.